Alright, so currently I think the kids are having like a full neighborhood-wide game of like hide and seek / tag. So I'm like dodging kids around every corner. Okay, game has been successfully navigated through. Now, plans. Right now, I am off to an area that I actually know. There might be time for exploring later, but right now I need to get to the store. I got off of work over an hour ago, which means it took me a little bit longer to get out the door than it normally does. Normally, I'll just come home, get changed, and then leave. But I had to leave a little early because I needed to get my, or not early, late, because I needed my time slip for my job because I did not know what classes I'm teaching for the next 2 days. And I needed to know if I need to stay home to prepare materials or not. And tomorrow's lessons are all taken care of. I basically had enough of an inkling of what classes I had to teach tomorrow, so I had all those materials prepared. However, and this is the part that's really irritating me, the school that I work for likes to, one of the schools, goes into my company's database to see what kind of jobs, or not jobs, lesson plans are available. And instead of doing anything that makes any logical sense, like going lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, right? They'll just jump in and pull a random lesson out. And the lesson that they chose is lesson number 18. Lesson number 18. This is my second time teaching these kids, right? So now I have to go and buy materials and try to figure out how to make this lesson work when they are supposed to have a foundation of 17 lessons before this, but they don't have it. Yeah. So I'm heading to the dollar store, one to buy like a box and maybe like a toy or something to use as a demonstration for this thing. But I also need to get ink. And I'm a little frustrated because I was really hoping I wouldn't have to actually, buy materials until next week because I don't get paid until Friday. And I don't want to be spending the little bit of money I have left before I get paid on stuff for work, But hopefully I can come up with a lesson. I'm probably going to be thinking a lot while I'm wandering around today, coming up with ideas for how to make this, because it's a really boring topic, interesting and fun, and how to make games and make it interactive. Yeah, that's my main goal for today. So once I get the supplies and I know I have them nice and secured, then maybe I'll just wander around and explore a little bit more from that area. But right now, the mission is to go to the dollar store. Well, 100 yen store. So, end rant. I'm going to be honest here. The more I'm out here, the more I think I really like my little town. And, yeah, there's things that irritate me about my job, but I do like working with the kids for the most part. Will I stay at my company forever? Probably not. Will I keep my eyes open for other employment opportunities? I'd be kind of stupid if I didn't. But I do like this area, and I don't mind. I mean, everybody's like, oh, let's go to Tokyo, or let's go to Osaka, or Kyoto, or something like that. And, if I did get a job in those areas, I wouldn't complain. I'd probably be very happy there. But I'm thinking I might also look for more opportunities in this area. So, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of schools, and this is technically part of a large metropolitan area, even though we are on the very, very outskirts. I would almost call it the suburbs, but we're not technically in the suburbs. But, yeah. I like this area. I mean, right now, I don't know. Talk to me again after winter, and I might not like it with all the snow. We'll see. Snow's nice to watch, but dealing with it can get pretty frustrating. I think there's this thing where, I mean, I know my Japanese sucks. It sucks beyond all suckiness of all suckiness. But, you know, just through listening and having like the same conversations with people, you tend to start picking up on keywords and phrases. And then for some reason you start to deceive yourself that you're actually starting to understand the language, but you're really not. So this lady just pulled me over to the side. Like, we were walking and I just said hello to her and I was walking by, and then she kind of like flagged me back. She wanted to have a little conversation. So I'm like, okay, let's talk. So I think first she asked me if I was a university student. I always get that first. Nobody thinks I'm a teacher. They always think I'm a student. I don't know why. But so the first question I got was, oh, are you a student? And I'm like, no, I'm not a student. I'm a teacher. And then she's asking me, oh, are you a high school teacher? And I'm like, no, not high school. Elementary school, junior high. But I just mainly put the emphasis on the elementary school because I'm not teaching my junior high until October. And she's like, oh, amazing. And let's go this way. It's a slightly different path. But I'm like, yeah, I'm an elementary school teacher. And she was asking if because there's just a bunch of schools in this area. She was asking if I taught at one of the schools around here. And I was like, no, I don't teach at any of the schools around here. I teach in the next city over, which is like 20 minutes away. And then she asked me, oh, well, do you take the bus there? I'm like, no, I drive. And she's like, oh my gosh, you drive in Japan? I'm like, yeah, I drive in Japan. But we don't need to go through all the details of the full conversation. But you find people phrase things differently, and one minute you think you understand what somebody's saying, and then it turns out you completely misheard them. And I'm hoping eventually that this will like stop happening, but somehow I have a feeling that even if I lived in Japan for 50 years, I'd still have people talking to me and asking me basic questions, and I'll be like, okay, what did you just say to me? Did you just say this? Let me try to answer you. I don't know. I was just ramble thoughts. I mean, it's nice that people want to talk to me. I have no problems with people talking to me, but again, it's always the same people talking to me, and when it's the same people talking to you, or same types of people, your conversations are basically the same, right? So you get used to just using these automatic Japanese responses. Oh, shogako. Washington, D.C. Americajin, that kind of stuff. 1年間, 1 year, that sort of stuff. And so then when somebody springs something on you that you don't know and you're not expecting, then you literally are like flabbergasted. You stop the conversation and you're just staring like, what did you just say to me? I have no idea. Oh. And it's not from lack of studying or effort or anything, because I have been picking up the books, at least for the past. I mean, I did take a little break over Golden Week and I did get sick, but I did study a little bit during that time. By study, I mean like devoting like 2 to 6 hours a day just to studying. During the time I was sick and when I was at my golden week time off kind of thing, I didn't study 2 to 6 hours a day. I maybe studied for like 20 to an hour. So that wasn't really studying to me. And but you know, you do study, you do your listening practice, and you listen to music, and you spend 8 hours a day locked in a room with people who are speaking nothing but hardcore Japanese. You know, you're bound to pick up on stuff, but you always find that you're never ever going to know everything, and you're always going to be clueless, no matter how much you're trying. Hopefully, you know, after a while, because I'm giving myself a few years here, I'll be able to accumulate enough language that I could be able to communicate whatever I need to communicate, but also my comprehension will be up enough that I'll be able to understand what people are trying to say to me. And I think that's probably more important to me than being able to say what I need to say, because if I can understand what you're trying to say to me, I can find a way to communicate what I want to communicate. I will find a way. But if I don't know what you're trying to say to me, I can't find a way to communicate. Like, I could bust out Google Earth or my dictionary, I can use gestures, I can use very simple English that I'm pretty sure almost every Japanese person would know just from listening in their English classes. Maybe not be able to say it, but they might be able to understand and recognize and hear it, like, comprehensively. So, we'll see. And right now, I'm just waiting to cross the street. Thank you, kind people, for allowing me to go. Alright, and then you're walking down the street and you randomly get a call from your company telling you that, oh, even though you were perfectly planned for tomorrow, we just got a call from your school, and there's going to be a change in your schedule. We're going to email it to you later. So, Joy, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, I said I wasn't exploring or anything, but I am basically exploring. I'm heading in the general direction I need to go in. So, I should eventually make it to the store at some point. Though this convoluted roundabout way that I'm going might take me a little bit longer. But you know what? Screw it, you know? If y'all are going to mess with my schedule, or you're going to give me something stupid to do, I'm going to enjoy my me time. You know, I shouldn't have to work overtime and not get paid for it. And I shouldn't have to spend all this money on supplies and not get paid for it, basically. So I'm going to do me. I want to spend my free time walking and exploring Japan. And that's what I'm going to do. So, we'll see. I mean, they still haven't sent me this email that they're supposed to send me. And, you know, I'm kind of in limbo until they do. And, you know, and that noise was my pocket ringing, probably telling me that the email probably just showed up. But, like I was saying, my time is my time, and I like to spend my time doing things that I like to do. And that doesn't mean always devoting myself to working, especially if I'm not going to get paid to do it. And if I want to spend my beautiful afternoon out, I'm going to spend my beautiful afternoon out. It's as simple as that. So yeah, that was an email from my company with the changes, and they're not very good. Essentially, they're combining 2 of my classes tomorrow, which means I'm going to have 60 kids. Yeah, 60 kids. Here's the problem. The lesson that I have designed for tomorrow, I have designed specifically for a certain number of kids, averaging 30 students per class, which means I don't know if I have enough materials for everybody. And I'm not sure how I'm supposed to teach this class because I'm not even going to have like a chalkboard. We'll figure it out. Okay, I've sort of done this right. I need to get across this bridge, but I need to figure out how to get onto said bridge. That's the tricky part. Maybe I'll just go up to this crossover here. Yeah, there's a place I can cross over here because this is where there's a bunch of train tracks. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. So, last week I told you I walked by this school that was letting out around 6 p.m. and basically there were hordes of students coming out and stopping me for interviews. Well, to get to the 100 yen shop, I have to go past the school. So of course I'm walking by and it's around the same time. So there are hordes of students and once again, they are flagging me down to talk to me. And oh, they're so funny. I love these kids so much. Obviously the best part of the job. You know, I wonder, what's it say about my personality? About the fact that, you know, I tend to get along with kids better than I do adults. I mean, I get along with adults just fine, but, you know, kids are easier and faster to relate to. Curious. Ta-da! We're here. Time to buy stuff. Kinda sad. So, I ran into one of the students from the school that interviewed me earlier. And, essentially, she is not my student, so I'm not breaking any rules. She wants to basically do a language exchange kind of thing, I guess. And I guess I'm okay with that. First of all, like I said, she's not my student. I don't mind helping her out. She seems like a nice kid. I enjoy talking with them. If it does turn into something that like she wants a tutor or something, I need to contact my company and get permission from them and do all this visa stuff so I'm not in violation of my whatchamacallit, my visa. That's it. Duh. I just said it. So I need to first figure out what exactly she wants from me. I wouldn't mind making some side cash, but then I also wouldn't mind just having somebody to talk to. So either way it goes, I think I'll be fine. Mr. Donut. I know what you're thinking. That girl just went and bought herself a Pushpop. Yes, I did. It's about 6:20, and I think I'm going to take the long way home. I mean, the sun is going down, and technically it is evening, so I could go home the faster way, which probably take me about 45 minutes, but I'm going to take the long route, which is about an hour. So this will give me strength for that hour walk. And I was craving something fruity and juicy and cold, and what do you know? There's a Pushpop right in front of me. And to be perfectly honest, I don't remember the last time I had one of these. Years. Yeah. This is pretty amazing. It's grape sherbet. And I don't normally like grape things, but this is pretty tasty. It just tastes like the freshest grape juice, and they just froze it. So the good news is that Pushpop was frickin' delicious. It was probably one of the best Pushpops I've ever had. The bad news is now my hand is very cold. It has turned pink, and it's sticky. I think I probably need to go find a place to wash it. But on the right side, I have found another green health bar of life path, and I am following this in the general direction of home, where I need to go and try to figure out how to plan my lessons for tomorrow and Friday, because what do you know, they've decided to make my life more difficult than it needed to be. At least it's nice out. I think it's crazy. We're getting ads for the Tokyo Dome all the way out in Niigata. I mean, it takes freaking 4 hours to get to Tokyo. 3 by bullet train. I mean, that's pretty far to go. I mean, I don't know if this concert's worth it. Maybe it is worth it. I mean, I'm sure there are people who travel more than 4 hours for a concert, but that's still an expensive ticket. And once again, it's closed. This is a stationery store, you know, to buy cool stationery. But I'm never, ever, ever able to go in because it's always closed. I've only seen it open once, and that was before the school year even started. So, go figure. I gotta wonder, how do these places stay open? How do they make any money if they're always closed? So I'm by Family Mart. I think I'm gonna run in and grab a drink and just head home, call it a day. So until next time, see ya.